Alright everyone, welcome to my video on how to get rich quick in Tarkov. Basically, this is going to be for a PVE playthrough. I use this a lot of times when I'm scavving. I'll go to a specific building on here, get the relax key, then go to the hive is what it's called. And you can get a ton of loot, whether it's bitcoins, it could be lions, ravens, anything that's like rare or high value loot you can get in this room pretty much. A lot of moonshines, and those sell on the fleet right now, last I checked, for like 800k if you are level 15 and can post on the flea market. But I'm going to show you the route I normally take. It's up here. I like to do this as a scav personally. There's zero risk of your loot as far as whatever you collect outside of that. You can fight PMCs. Don't have to worry about scavs. Don't have to worry about the sniper scavs. And if you kill the PMCs, you can take a lot of their loot, their guns, kind of upgrade your equipment or parts if you want, instead of using the scav stuff. Because I use a scav weapon, kill PMC, loot their stuff, and then use theirs for the raid. If I kill any more PMCs, I keep taking their stuff. And then I just make sure I have room, or I'll take everything, fill up the bag, and by the time I get to the hive, I'll dump out whatever I don't need or whatever's less of value to me, and I'll fill it up with the loot from the hive. So the building I'm talking about is this one right here, but we have to get to the other side of it. Be careful whenever you're coming up. I've seen a PMC down that way. They could also be down here. I've seen them spawn toward that archway a little to the left and right. So they could be there. But then also on the other side of this building, there's two spots as well that I'll show you that they can spawn, or at least I've seen them at. So usually whenever I'm coming up to this building, I'll take this corner and slowly come around. I've seen PMCs right here, so you want to use this corner to shoot them, come back, and then keep popping out type of thing. But whenever I come up here, if there's none there, they're usually on the other side of this wall in this gated area. So I've seen one spawn right here, and then I'll take it slow, and I'll keep popping out, zigzagging back and forth, circling motion, and I've seen them right here as well. So make sure you can clean them up right there by killing them. If for some reason you get them and they start charging, or you're afraid they will, just run back here and then use this corner again right here, and then they should charge you. So what you could theoretically do is wait on this wall, let them charge you, and then when they charge around the corner, they're going to stop and usually aim and shoot, or crouch, aim, shoot, and it gives you like 3-4 seconds to easily like one tap them in the head in order to take them out. Because if you keep re-peeking that same angle, they're just gonna headshot you or take you out pretty quickly, damage you, and if you ain't got the best of heals as a scav, can definitely diminish you or possibly get you killed. But you can also do this as a PMC. I just prefer a scav. But this is the building, so I usually come in here and I start looking in here. I look for weapons on the wall, anything like that. They could be fresh, weapon case, box. But what I'll look for is the keys. So right here is a spawn. I'll grab food if I need it from in here as well. Food, water. It spawns quite often. Key can also be here. Up here next to this pink box on the shelf. It can also be in here on the hookah. The weapon case right there as well. Let's see. So we go out here. Close this. Another spawn, if you have the key for it, in my dog's case I'll show you it. So it's this negotiation room key. It spawns in one of the rooms in this building actually. Doesn't always spawn, but it has a chance to in a pig's mouth, and I'll show you that later on. But this key you need in order to get into this room, so you unlock it. Because this is the only other spawn that's behind a locked room. So you come in here, and it could be on this table. So just look around for the key in here. Obviously, there's some other nice stuff to loot in here as well. But if it's not in there, or if you can't loot that room or unlock it, just keep moving on. Come in here. It can be in this magazine. It can be right here on this coat rack. And that's it for this room, with plenty of other loot in here. Next one is going to be this middle room, because that's the southern room, just FYI. You come in here. This is the pig I was telling you about, where the negotiation key could be. So make sure to check that in case you can't get into that room. I've seen the GPU spawn here, so make sure to look out for that. There's PC blocks, PC blocks scattered throughout here and these rooms, so make sure you're checking those. Key right here. So this is the one I was telling you about. Let's see if I can zoom in right there. It's in the crotch, so you just take that. Another spot can be in the skull, the mouth of it. Pushing on, since we already have the key, I'll show you the last few. Another PC block that you can loot, hopefully for a GPU. Another one there. The next one is going to be for the key right here. Next to this umbrella. It'll be right here where this little piece is to the right of it. I think it can spawn here. I could be wrong on that, but I would just check it. I do naturally. Nothing there. Also, it does not spawn there. I was just checking. From here, we're gonna close that, come in here. And the last two spots is going to be right here behind the backside of this pizza box. It'll be sticking out. And then right there on the washer, it can be right there as well. So since we already have our key, I'll show you the route I take back and to get to the hive. As a PMC, I'll have different spawns to get out, obviously. So not really spawn, just extracts. But keep in mind that if you do a scab, they will be different. The ones I like the most, if I have them, are ventilation shaft and sewer manhole. They're pretty easy to get to without running into PMCs. But this is the route I'm taking back, so I always come over here. I head toward that playground. It's the least contested. Oh, come on. As far as with PMCs when you're running a scav. So you don't see them too much, unless you get a very unique raid. But I do see PMCs on the other side of this building, but it's always from angles that I can easily outplay them and beat them. So what I do, instead of going out into the open, right? I come in here through this door, and then I'll open this door. From here, I make sure that no one's in here. And then I'll come in here, look, and I'll come in here, look for meds, make sure. And then they can be outside in this area. They can be to the right of the outside. I've also seen them in here, but they tend to like just be outside and they'll walk in. So if you hear walking, make sure that it's not a PMC and it's just a scav and you're good to cross. But yeah, they can be down here, just in this general area. So watch out for that. But yeah, once you clear that, you will cross over here. Like I said, you don't have to worry about sniper scavs or anything, so you just run. And since my stamina is going to get low, I usually go into this little box truck for cover and kind of get my stamina, because they can spawn in there as well. So that's why I come in here, hang to the side, let me chill, I'll get my stamina back up. And then this way, if they are in there, I can loop back around the truck from the way I came, kind of have some type of cover or to disengage from them. But usually I can just run right past and they don't shoot or no one's in there. If there is, I'll just go a little bit wider to my right to avoid them. When you get up here, I'll start walking a little bit. I'll check up here by this building and on the other side of this cop car down the road. I've seen them spawn right down here. Like one was here and then I had like 2 or 3 over here. So they like this building as well. They can be in that or just in this general area. It's a very big one for them. Make sure to take them out. And then from there, I will either loot them or if they're not there, I'll come back here. Just keep checking because they can be around these corners. And then I head to this back side. This is just to get me off the street, break line of sight so that I don't have to worry about them. And if I need to, I have several avenues because I can go back around this corner, I can go behind this truck, I can go down here, I can go this way or this way. Like different avenues to break their line of sight, but also to get cover so that they can't keep shooting me and I force them to come to me so that I can take them out. Just keep checking your corners, make sure there's nothing there. You usually will hear in voice line. I've seen one in that building or at least around that area, so that is definitely a thing to watch out for coming this way. You don't have to worry about sniper scav up here because again, if you're doing it as a scav, he's not gonna bother you. So come up here, unlock the door, because this is the hive. So you'll open that, come in here, and I will typically close the door so that they don't come in, or if they do, I hear it. Seen a moonshine spawn here, loot in here. Make sure you're checking the chairs pretty good, because you can actually, let me get up on it. Come on. Because you can actually get like bitcoins and stuff, rings hidden in the seats of them because of the texture. You can check these, you can get decent loot out of these. Nothing good in there. I think LEDX has a chance to spawn in there as well. Bag spawns here as well. Coming in here, checking, and what you're doing is you're looking for any kind of dot to appear. Bag can spawn here, so that when you're looking in those chairs, if a dot appears, that means something is there. Bitcoins, I think, can spawn in here as well for the hookahs. Let's see, nothing there. Nothing in this chair. Nothing in this one. Come around. So you can get a vase here. I've seen a Bitcoin here, a Veritas guitar pick. Let's see. Checking here. Nothing. Get up here. Nothing. And I like to hop over. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing in here. Oh, so that's the ornament, but nothing else spawning in. So it seems like it's just pretty low loot right now. We'll take that. Nothing. Get the bag, gives me anything. And sometimes you'll have that. You'll have runs where there's not a lot that spawns in this room. But then there'll be other times where it's like you're just absolutely loaded with loot. Like I think I had one run, like I said, with the moonshines. I probably came out with 3-4 mil, maybe 5, with the Bitcoin, because I think I had a Bitcoin then too. So I was just like loaded with just tons and tons of loot. But that dot I was telling you to look out for, since it doesn't seem there's anything hidden, it's basically that little dot. So see how like I'm over here, and as I get closer, the dot appears. It'll do that anytime there's something hidden. So if you get close to it, just kind of zigzag back and forth, up and down until you find it, or if it disappears, kind of like you'll narrow it down to where it is. So that's a roller. All right, nothing. That's basically it for this room. So not a ton of loot. It's decent. In case you're wondering why that didn't get used, it's because I had a 1-use relax key, or 1 out of 2 relax key already in my pouch, so I could just throw it in there. But I'm on practice, so it's not gonna matter. So yeah, we really only got 3 things, not a ton of loot, but this can normally net you quite a bit. I think this is honestly just a bad run for it. But when you're doing scavs and you're doing this constantly, especially if you get the intelligence center, I think is what it's called, and you can bring down your scav timer reset. You can actually do this run like every 10 minutes or something like that. It's crazy. So you do that, and then you just have the amount of time that you're in a raid. So if you are able to get this done quick, and like every 40 minutes, you could be making upwards, if you have a good run, from I would say a couple 100K to 5 mil, honestly, if you got a good run. And if you include like PMC loot, stuff like that, you come back and you sell their guns as well, easily 200K, if not more, plus per run. And I think that's the best way, especially with this Christmas event. It's eventually going to go away, or the sleighs will, the presents will for the airdrops. That the airdrops will still be there, but like in them as a Christmas present, that won't return. But eventually they will go away. So that's basically the route that I take. Now I'm just going to extract. All right, guys. So hopefully that helped you kind of understand the route I take, and one of the best ways that I've found to make a ton of money in this game. If you have any questions regarding this, please feel free to comment, or if you guys have suggestions like, hey, I know a better way to make money than even this. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.